Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, it's now a new year, which means a new top 10 most anticipated movies of 2010, or most anticipated movies of the year rather than 2010, because we're only going to have one of those for 2010. First of all, the one that I did last year was 10 movies long, and only 5 of them actually came out, including The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, which doesn't come out actually here in Chicago until this Friday, and The Lovely Bones by Peter Jackson, which doesn't come out until a week after that. Great, I don't know what their problem is, but I'm getting impatient here, okay? Then, of course, the Shattered Island, which was supposed to come out in October, and it got pushed back to February. And then we have The Wolfman, which is supposed to come out in November, and it got pushed back, but luckily it's rated R, so that's cool. And then Green Zone, which I'm not sure was ever supposed to come out like last year, but hey, you know, Paul Greengrass, Matt Damon, Jason Bourne type stuff, so awesome. Then we have the stuff that actually wasn't supposed to come out last year. For example, Clash of the Titans, which is directed by LeTerrier, who did the Incredible Hulk movie that came out a couple years ago, which I hated. But this one has giant 20-foot tall scorpions, and it's got the Kraken, and it's got Pegasus and Medusa. It's a winner. Maybe, you know, I don't know about the story, I don't know any of that stuff. I mean, it might be terrible, but awesome effects. The effects are just sick. I can't believe the trailer. So that one will be cool. Then we have Alice in Wonderland by Tim Burton. And I took the time to read both Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, which are the 2 books that Lewis Carroll wrote on Alice. And the movie apparently takes characters from each novel and combines them. And it isn't really about Alice's journeys then, it's about a journey she has like many years later. Anyway, Johnny Depp is in it, of course, Anne Hathaway, Helen Bonham Carter, lots of cool character actors, so that could be very cool, and of course it will look very nice. Then we have The Expendables. I really wish they had made this back in like 1995, you know, because this movie has both Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis in it. You know, if they had made it back then, it would have kicked so much ass, you know, it would have been so amazing. But now Stallone basically is like 80 years old, and he's leading this mercenary team in there, like South Africa or someplace like that, or South America, or some jungle, you know, some crap hole where it could have taken place in Los Angeles and had all kinds of elaborate car chases and stuff like that. So, actually, I'm not looking forward to this one that much. But it's got a pretty cool cast with Jason Statham and Jet Li and Mickey Rourke, you know, and plus you've got Arnold and Bruce Willis in there just briefly, but for the most part, you know what, I'm not looking forward to that one at all. Okay, next we have The Green Hornet. The Green Hornet is directed by Michel, who did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and lots of cool music videos. Be Kind, Rewind. This one has Seth Rogen in the title role, and, you know, don't know a lot about the story, but anything by Michel Gondry is worth checking out, so that'll be cool. Now, The Killer Inside Me. This is my 10, the one that I'm really looking forward to. Number 10 is The Killer Inside Me, which is based on a Jim Thompson novel about a sheriff who starts killing people and is going crazy. He's played by Casey Affleck. There are a lot of other good actors in this movie, but also it's directed by Michael Winterbottom, who has done a lot of very interesting, he's an English director, he's done a lot of very interesting films like Code 46, and he did a couple of movies with Steve Coogan. One was The 24-Hour Party People, and one was that one with the actor Tristram Shandy, right. Anyway, he's a very interesting guy. I like his films a lot, so that'll be very cool. Then we have Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, which is a sequel to Wall Street from 1987, which Michael Douglas won an Oscar for playing Gordon Gekko, the trader. And Michael Douglas is back in this movie as well. He's instead tutoring, instead of Charlie Sheen, Shia LaBeouf. And Charlie Sheen will pop in a little role and at some point, I think. And Carey Mulligan from An Education is in it as well. Oliver Stone, I really haven't enjoyed his last few movies, but I'm going to give this one a shot, so it could be good. Then we have Machete. I'm really excited about this one. Machete, of course, is the trailer for a movie that didn't exist, that was in Grindhouse, basically. Rodriguez had Planet Terror, his half of Grindhouse, but he also had Machete, which had Danny Trejo as the mercenary, basically, who was hired by Jeff Fahey to take out a politician. Danny Trejo, of course, is going to be in it along with Cheech Marin and Jeff Fahey, and Don Johnson's going to be in it, and Steven Seagal is going to be in it, and Lindsay Lohan too. Hopefully she'll stay awake long enough to actually act on camera. So anyway, but it should be a lot of fun. The trailer was hilarious, so that'll be great. Then we have Chloe. Chloe is a drama by Adam Egoyan, who's a Canadian director. He did movies like Exotica and Adoration and The Sweet Hereafter and Where the Truth Lies. This movie is about a businessman named Liam Neeson is the businessman, and Julianne Moore is his wife. And she thinks that he is cheating on her, so she hires an escort to attempt to seduce him. and if he falls for it, then of course he's a cheater and she gets to divorce him or something like that. And Amanda Seyfried from Mamma Mia and Big Love plays the escort. And Adam Egoyan is a director I admire quite a bit, so I'll be checking that out. Then we have Tron Legacy. I didn't ever think I'd see this movie. This is a sequel to the 1982 Disney movie that sort of had pioneering computer effects. And over the last 10 years, lots of guys have been saying, gee, wouldn't it be great if they made another Tron movie with today's technology? Well, finally they're doing it. It's not directed by the original guy, although he's producing it in some capacity, I think. The director is a guy who's just done television commercials. Jeff Bridges is back, playing his character, and you know, with the they had the teaser trailer or the test trailer, whatever it was, at Comic-Con, and that's been online for a while now, and it looks amazing. So, very excited to see what they'll come up for that one. Also with Jeff Bridges, we have True Grit. This is the first time Jeff Bridges has worked with the Coen brothers since he starred in The Big Lebowski. And this is, of course, a remake of the John Wayne movie. Matt Damon plays his partner. They're hunting down a criminal who's played by Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin, of course, being the lead from No Country for Old Men. And seeing as how this is the Coen brothers, I'll be seeing it no matter what it's about. I even went to see The Lady Killers, and that was awful. Then we have Black Swan. Black Swan is by Darren Aronofsky, who did The Wrestler, as well as before that he did The Fountain and Requiem for a Dream. Now this one really kind of threw me. As a matter of fact, Darren Aronofsky himself kind of throws me because he had a very specific style for like 3 movies, and then he completely turned around and did something different for The Wrestler. And some people think that was a good thing because The Wrestler was widely considered to be excellent. And I thought, well, you know, I mean, it's a well-done movie and all. It's a sports comeback movie, you know? I mean, I was looking forward to seeing this kind of sort of rigid, I don't know, the style that Darren Aronofsky established in the first 3 movies wasn't there at all. So I don't know what he's going to do for this one. But the story is kind of interesting. Natalie Portman is a ballerina, I think, who's trying out for a dance troupe. And she's in direct competition with Mila Kunis. The problem is that Mila Kunis may not actually be a real person. She may simply be a figment of Natalie Portman's twisted, diseased, sick little mind, which sounds pretty interesting. I like movies about people with multiple personalities. They're pretty cool. So I'll be checking that one out. Then we have The Social Network. This is by David Fincher, and it's about the creation of Facebook. Now that doesn't sound like a really exciting story all in all, but David Fincher is one of my favorite directors, so I'll definitely be giving him the benefit of the doubt. Jesse Eisenberg and Justin Timberlake play the main characters, so you know, I didn't think this would be coming out this year. They'd only just started shooting it, I think, but it's scheduled to come out in October, so we'll see. That'll be cool. Okay, my number 2 most anticipated movie of the year is, of course, Kick-Ass! I cannot wait to see this movie. It looks hilarious. Matthew Vaugn is the director. He did Stardust, which was surprisingly good, and he did Layer Cake with Daniel Craig as well. And this is, of course, about a teenager who decides to become a superhero and puts on a green bodysuit and picks up a couple sticks and goes out and starts trying to fight criminals. And of course, he has no powers, so he gets beaten up a lot. But of course, the real draw here, of course, is Hit Girl, the 11-year-old girl who starts using automatic weapons and ninja fighting skills to take out gangsters. They had that teaser trailer out a couple weeks ago. Unbelievable. This movie looks so funny. I cannot wait to see this. Plus Nicolas Cage is in it, and the guy who played McLovin, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Really excited to see this. I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. It comes in April, so that's relatively soon. Definitely excited about that. My number 1 most favored anticipated movie of the year is, of course, Inception by Christopher Nolan, which looks like something like a cross between The Matrix and Dreamscape. Something like that. I'm not really sure what the story is about, and I'm not even going to pay any attention to that. I'm going to wait until the movie actually opens and not read anything about it, because I totally spoiled The Dark Knight for myself by reading too much about it ahead of time. The main character, of course, is Leonardo DiCaprio. Ellen Page is in it. Marion Cotillard is in it, as well as a lot of guys from the Batman movies like Michael Caine, Ken Watanabe, and Cillian Murphy, who played Dr. Crane. So that will be very exciting. And those are the movies I'm looking forward to seeing most this year. If you want to tell me about your most anticipated movies, please do so. Text response, video response, whatever you like. Can't wait to hear from you. Thanks very much for watching. And don't forget to vote in the contest. The 10th, this Sunday, January 10th, that's when it starts, okay? Win a DVD, right? Yeah, cool. All right, good. Talk to you later.